Sex Party with Dustin Rybka special presentation. Sex Party with your host, Dustin Rybka.
Hello, happy Halloween, and welcome to Horror Show, the 2025 Sex Party Halloween special. You guys know I do a special every single year at this time, and they tend to be just fucking wacky and crazy. We do all the things. This year, it's just me and one guest, one very, very special guest, friend of mine, friend of the show, friend in real life. Tatum Zoe is here. We are going to take this entire special and talk about all of the horny, slutty, fun, raunchy, wild things that you would expect from me and these specials and teaming up with Tatum, but also that you would expect from Halloween. We have a really, really good time. We talk about, well, first of all, Tatum is wearing a wild costume. I'm not going to spoil it here. I'm sure you've probably seen the clips on social media, so maybe you already know. But if you don't, stay tuned. You're about to hear about it. You're about to see it if you're watching on the video side. Don't run over if you're on the audio side. Just finish it here and then go check it out on YouTube or wherever you watch the video format of this show. We're going to get into it.
It's fucking Halloween.
Slutty costumes, going to sex clubs. Is Halloween still a horny, slutty, fun holiday that we've all come to know and love? I ask this question every year, and I feel like, you know, this would be the year that maybe I would get a different answer. So we'll find out. So listen, guys, I'm not going to spoil any of the surprises that I have coming up for you in this Halloween special. Happy Halloween. I hope it's a fucking amazing time out there. I hope you guys get wild and crazy and raunchy and slutty. Tell me all about it on social media. Again, happy Halloween and enjoy my fucking Halloween horror show conversation with Tatum Zoe.
Happy Halloween.
Fuck it. Tatum Zoe, welcome to Sex Party, but more importantly, welcome to the Sex Party 2025 Halloween special. It's already been a fucking horror show trying to get this thing. I should mention, for those of you on the audio side, please don't run over to the video side. But Tatum is dressed up as Dr. Evil from Goldmember. And so you just want to finish your audio experience and then run over and see what she's done. Tatum, welcome to the show. Oh my God.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Under this bald cap, I do have beautiful blue locks, but I decided to dress up, and here we are.
Yeah, she's still rocking the blue hair under there. That didn't sound right, but nothing sounds right on Sex Party. It doesn't matter. We're here to celebrate Halloween. Happy Halloween, Tatum. You look great. I did not dress up. You know.
Well, lame.
Well, I feel like I could be like a podcast goblin or something. I look exhausted, so I could be like a ghoul or something. A ghoul.
That works. Yeah, I was trying to decide which route I wanted to go for dressing up. I was like, do I do something that's like a sexual innuendo, or do I just do full like comedy mode? And I was like, I feel like your audience, I think everyone's going to get it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is what I decided to go for.
Well, I mean, the thing about you is you do these fun, like silly outfits. Like you'll do like a SpongeBob thing or a Dr. Evil thing, but it's not like it's sexual. It's a little sexual. I mean, you're always like, you know, showing cleavage and like doing your own thing. I feel like you put your own stamp on, you know, you're like, this is wild, but also, you know, it's like silly. It's funny, but it's also a little horny. Like you're not dressed as a crayon or something.
Last year was like where it really clicked for me, where I'm like, I brought like sexy and funny together. And I was Sexy Patrick from SpongeBob, like from the SpongeBob movie. He is like dressed up in like fishnets and long boots. And so I did that, and I did full cone head, painted my body pink. And that was like, I ended up going to a rave like that, and everybody just loved it. And I'm like, okay, I think I got to continue this like sexy, funny Halloween vibe. So yeah, this year I did sexy Doodle Bob, and then I guess sexy Dr. Evil.
Well, that's something that, you know, if you can pull off sexy and funny or sexy and clever, right? One of the two or both. That's what, you know, that's what most people usually aim for.
Yeah.
So congratulations on pulling that off,
Thank
you know? Yeah,
you.
of course. Okay, so if you're dressed as Patrick, right, or like a sexy Patrick or a sexy Dr. Evil, are you still like getting hit on and shit by people at the rave, or?
Oh my God. Okay. So, yes, last year when I was sexy Patrick, the amount of times I got hit on by a man was like insane. And it actually like threw me off. I kept thinking it was like making me uncomfortable because I'm like, I'm literally in a full bald cap, but it's like a cone. It's like the cone head's bald cap. And obviously, like, it's still sexy, but I'm like, wow, these men, they'll literally fuck anything that walks. That's like, I'm just like, this is wild.
Yeah, that is kind of wild. So you thought the cone head would deter from being hit on?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if I put a lot of thought into it. It was just, I thought it would be funny to go like all out. And the outfit I handmade the shorts. I got like these metallic shorts, and I like painted the purple flowers on them. And I painted half my body pink, and yeah, threw the cone head on. And I was just going, I didn't tell my friend that I was going with at all. She's like, what are you going to be? And I'm like, I'll see you at your house. And I did like a whole, you know, surprised her, kind of like how I surprised you today. And I just thought it would be
Yeah.
funny. I thought she thought it would be funny. I thought it would just be a good time. And it was honestly one of the most fun times I had at an event. So yeah, I was like, damn, I fucking killed it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, maybe my editor can find a picture and like put it up here or somewhere in this conversation we've had of the sexy Patrick from last year. And then I saw like you were at a Halloween party this year, and
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Except I think it felt like it was more refined. Like you did like the sexy, I don't know. I don't watch SpongeBob, so you're gonna have to fill me in on who you were.
It was sexy
this year.
Doodle Bob, and Doodle Bob is like a 2D drawing that SpongeBob draws with this magic pencil, and he ends up coming to life and like creating chaos in the episode. And it's only one episode, but it's like one of the like historical episodes of SpongeBob, I would say. Like millennials who grew up with SpongeBob, like everyone knows who Doodle Bob is. So yeah, I like hand painted a cardboard box. I went into Home Depot, and I was like trying to decide what box I needed for my head. And I'm like folding boxes together and putting them over my head to see if they fit. And there's like people in the aisle, and they're like laughing at me. Like, what is wrong with this girl? But yeah, I don't know. It's just fun. This I just threw together this morning. I'm like, this whole look cost $7.99, and that was for the bald cap.
So you're in Home Depot putting a box over your head, and they're like, this chick is into some weird shit. It's into some fucking crazy, like,
Yeah.
so then now that the Home Depot crowd's like, you know,
I felt
peering around the
uncomfortable too.
corner
I'm
and
like,
shit.
wow, this is like exposure therapy. You know, it's like doing these things in stuff like this feels like my element. But then you bring stuff like this to real life, and it's like you're not on social media. It's not for social media. It's like this is real life, and it definitely is a little uncomfortable. But I think the best part of the Home Depot situation is the couple that was in Home Depot spoke zero English, and like,
No.
yeah. And so the guy's like laughing, like physically laughing at me. I can see him, and I'm laughing. And then he like taps his wife on the shoulder and points to me. And I'm just like, how do I communicate that like this is for Halloween? when they have no idea what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, it's that's crazy. That's the best actually. If someone doesn't speak English and you're like, putting boxes over your head or like measuring something weird, like your inseam or something, it's like
Yeah.
they have no, or like you buying a wooden stick that's like larger than, these are all things that happen around Halloween time
That get a little
at the
wild.
Home Depot,
Influencers in the wild.
Yeah, I actually have seen a lot of like slutty, fun, horny Home Depot content. Like you've seen like the girlies go into Home Depot and they're like, I don't know, they like walk around and ask like, with a tape measure, or they're like shaking ass or something in front of the carts and shit. Home Depot seems like it's become
a
the
spot.
place to go and make like horny content. Yeah.
Okay, that's
Why do you
so
think
interesting. Why do I don't know. I mean, as long as you bring some lighting in there, the lighting in there sucks, but I guess there's a lot of space to just do some wild shit. I think, you know what? It's like attention grabbing, right? Like you're doing something outside the box in a real life setting. You're going to get real life remarks. And I like seeing like the behind the scenes of videos like that, where they actually capture like the look on people's faces. And I think that like people like watching content like that, because it's like, oh my God. I mean, most people wouldn't be able to like even do what we do, just chatting and talking, let alone go into a public setting and like film and record a bit,
Yeah. Well, yeah. And also Home Depot, you never know who you're going to get in Home Depot. It could be a dad who's newly divorced and is like trying to buy some stuff to build himself a fucking model ship or bigger fucking footstool or whatever the fuck. What the hell? Or it's going to be like a couple, you know what I'm saying? And I always see these chicks, a lot of like, OnlyFans girls to go in there and do like content where it's like they're in like really like booty shorts, right? And they're walking up to guys asking, can you help me get this down or something? And they're like, that kind of shit. Or they're just like throwing ass in front of people trying to like get in their carts and shit just to get the facial expressions,
Right.
Yeah. So we love Home Depot. They're not sponsoring this show, although they should sponsor this show. They have enough money. We just shouted them out, whatever. So maybe next year, Home Depot. Okay. I also think it's funny you said outside of the box because you were putting the box over your head. That's kind of
Yeah, I'm a lover of creating DIY costumes. Like I've never been one that buys something from like already together from a store. It's usually like accessories from the store. So like even with this, this is hot glue. I like used hot glue on a plastic bag, and then I just glued it to my face with eyelash glue. And I like have this is actually from the Stimulate event. Shout out. You can't tell, but the bandana from the Stimulate event.
Yeah. Oh my God. Well, yeah, you seem like someone who's creative. This Halloween special has just been a fucking nightmare all the way through. And there was
could be like the Nightmare on Podcast Street. That's literally the title of the episode.
I think I said the title I'm thinking of already. I think it's like the first thing I said when I actually hit record, because it hit me when we were having all the technical problems. But I was supposed to have there was three guests. There's three guests that were, well, they weren't scheduled, but they were supposed to be scheduled. And then it all got fucked up like the last second and like whatever. And this is what happens in podcasting. And I immediately thought to myself, I need someone who I have a really good time with. I have a really good like back and forth. Like we have good banter. We have like good creative flow, but also someone who like loves Halloween. And I sent you a text and I said, how do you feel about Halloween? And you replied with like the horny Patrick picture. And I was like, so I'm happy as shit that it worked out the way it did.
Yeah.
Hopefully in the future they're actually able to watch this, since the software we use has just been dive bombing all day. Right?
I know.
If you guys knew how hard it is.
Of course, it's like the one time you're like, we have to get this done. It needs to be done on this day. And we've literally been trying to make this happen for like the last 2 or 3 hours. So I'm sure it's going to work fine. Putting the good juju out there.
No. We need good juju right now. Okay, so the world is super weird right now. I don't want to go too far into it because they know, because they're dealing with it too, right? But everything is fucking weird. It feels like a horror movie. It feels like a horror show a little bit in real life. And I do want to talk some shit, but you know, I'm gonna talk just a tiny bit of shit to Gen Z a little bit. I feel like Gen Z, you know, if there's Gen Zers out there that are listening, that are of age to listen or whatever the fuck, I don't know. I'm a millennial, so I know you guys hate me and whatever. Gen Z, you're welcome here. You guys are welcome here.
As long as you have a good sense of humor.
Right? Yeah. But also at the same time, I'm sorry you've had to go through so much shit, but also can we stop ruining things? Like, I feel like, and I'm going to drag you into this here in a second, but
okay, yeah,
I feel like it's like, oh, Gen
this?
Z's not having any sex. And I'm like, guys, what? So there's that. I don't know if you've seen that study. It's everywhere. Gen Z is not having any sex. They're not having whatever. They don't want to watch movies in theaters anymore. They watch them on their fucking phones, which makes me want to put a fucking bag over my head and jump off of whatever, right? Nothing like watching a slick indie film or a $800 million Avengers movie on your fucking phone.
Seems crazy.
Okay. So with that in mind, do you think, and I ask this question every year, but I wanted to bring Gen Z into the conversation. Do you think Halloween is still a horny holiday, or has Gen Z ruined it?
Oh my God. You're really trying to throw them under the bus, huh?
Well, the caveat is this. I love Gen Z, and they've had to deal with more and more shit increasingly. So I get it. Everyone's panicked, and I love you. I love you, Gen Z. I'm just having a little fun. So sue me. But for real, do you think Halloween is still horny? Because to me, I'm not sure.
I mean, I think there's a lot more people probably than just Gen Z. And I know for myself and most of the people in like the millennials that I know take Halloween pretty seriously. So, you know, I don't really know. I don't even know if I can really answer that question. Like, I know my son, he's a lot younger. I think he's like Gen Alpha. But I know he's 11 and he already said that he doesn't care about Halloween anymore. And that like threw me back because it's always been his favorite holiday. And for myself, I have dressed up every single year of my life. I'm 30. Okay. I have not missed 1 year throughout from 1 to 30. So yeah, I don't know.
That's great.
I feel like my most of my following is, I would say, like my age or a little older. I think I have some like, you know, later 20s in there, but I guess I don't really see like a lot of Gen Z content. So I don't even know if I could answer that. I mean, the fact that you said there's studies about how they're not having sex, like just based off of that, then I would say maybe they don't care as much.
Oh, the other one is they're not drinking. They're not drinking alcohol anymore.
So that was like, you know, what was crazy? It was last year, 2 years ago, something like that. I was in Vegas and I went to the club, one of the clubs, and everybody was in cargo pants, crop tops, and like Nike Air Forces. And I'm like, what's going on?
On Halloween?
No, it wasn't on Halloween, but it was just like a regular club night in Vegas. I'm like, I mean, so they're definitely like paving a different path. That's for sure. I'm not sure if I'm like upset about it or if I'm happy that I don't have to wear heels to the club anymore. Kind of 50-50 on that one. But I mean, if they're already like not having sex, then it's probably not horny for them. It's horny for me. I'll be dressed up. Fuck it.
Well, well, I mean, that brings up a whole host of other questions.
Maybe not like this. I don't think my man would appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, wait, did you guys bang in the box head outfit?
No, he wasn't here when I went to that party. But
Oh,
the
that
funny thing
sucks.
about like that costume is it causes total blindness. Like there are no eye holes. So like I couldn't even like wear it to like around the party. It was basically like, here's my entrance and I have to take this off to see.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like I'm kind of fucked. So, but I will tell you, I will say that this Halloween, we're going to be at Club Space in Miami. And I think I'm going to do like a sexy Coraline. So I do think there will be an after hour sex party in that costume.
Yeah. Dude, if you're not having sex in your Halloween costume, it's yeah, like I was Ghostface one year, couple years ago, and that,
Full role play
I brought
moment.
that costume. Oh yeah, because she dressed up as Tatum from Scream, so it was like, you know, from the original Scream. So I was like chasing her around the apartment.
Wait, is the
Actually,
girl's
we made
name Tatum in Scream?
Yes,
Shut the fuck up.
yes.
Is it?
How'd you not know that?
Are you
Do you not
fucking with
watch
me?
No, Rose McGowan plays Tatum in Scream. She's Nev Campbell,
I had
Sidney
no
Prescott's
idea.
best friend.
Oh my God, I should do that one year.
And in addition, what I've heard about the newest Scream movie is obviously Nev Campbell is back, and we get to meet her children, and she's named one of her daughters Tatum after her best friend who was slaughtered by Ghostface. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so wild. I had no idea. I don't know how I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But that's fun. That's a fun one because you could totally play that whole scene out. Like you could totally role play that whole thing. I would. That sounds kinky. I'm like, damn.
Yeah, no,
yeah, come
it
kill
was.
me.
And like, come kill me, daddy. Yeah, I mean, it was cool because when you put the outfit on, for those of you who haven't worn a Ghostface outfit, and I had a knife that looked totally real, but it was rubber.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have that and you've got like 6 movies to pull from, there is a weird sort of like psychotic vibe that you get, and you have to ask yourself, like, am I gonna go gonna go with this,
Mm-hmm.
or am I gonna half ask this? And I'm like, no, like we're gonna method act this shit. We're gonna Jared Leto this shit, right?
We're going all in.
We're gonna go way over the top. I know people don't like Jared Leto, especially Gen Z, but like whatever, like he gets way too into his roles. And so when I put the Ghostface costume on, I had to like take the mask off for a second and be like, hey, let's have a chat real quick. And she's like, okay. I'm like, how far do you really want me to go? Right. And she's like, oh, like full on. I'm like, full on would be this, and this. She's like, oh, no. Like, I'm really into it. So
okay.
I put it on. I took a minute, and like, you have to get that Ghostface run like down, because he doesn't run like I'm gonna get you. He runs like I'm a fucking phantom and whatever. But I was doing that with the knife right down the hallway, and she's like locking the door or whatever. Yeah, but it's some of the best sex that you'll ever have. I mean, meanwhile, you're getting like banged in a Patrick costume.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. My man wasn't here for that one either. He was like freaked out by the bald like cats and stuff. He's like, no, that's not gonna happen. I think there was one year we did like Purge, and that was fun. But it was like both both of us. But I think it's really the only year other than this year. So that'll be fun. I'll report back. I don't know if I'm going to like role play Coraline because it is like a kid's movie. That seems kind of strange, but there'll definitely be, there'll probably be some fucking for sure.
I would hope so. It's Halloween. And I think you have to get into you have to get into whatever your version of that character is, right? Like in the moment, because clearly Coraline is not going to Club Space in Miami. No.
Yeah.
So it's Tatum's version.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
it'll be
Taylor's
fun.
version of
I
Tatum
gotta,
version.
I gotta order the rest of my fit, but I'm excited. We're gonna be there because we're doing the EDC cruise, and that's the next day. So we have like a 5-day cruise, like rave that we're gonna be at that whole week, which is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
More dressing up, more costumes, lots of themes.
So how many costumes will you blow through in a Miami Halloween weekend?
Well, the cruise, they have 9 themes, the whole cruise. So I'm trying to do all 9, but I have to really take this week to put my outfits together because I feel so unprepared. I just will have to see how it all comes together. I think I'll at least have 7 or 8 outfits.
So 9 themes. Like,
Yeah.
so how long is the cruise?
5 days. They have 2 themes a day.
Oh, okay.
They have like a day theme and a night theme. And then the first day of the cruise is all day is like a Halloween theme. So I think I'm going to bring the Sexy Patrick back for the first day. And then they have, all the rest of them throughout the whole time we're there.
Have you done this cruise before or no?
No, we do EDC every year, which is like it's, one of the bigger festivals in Vegas. It's in May, but they just started doing, I don't know how many years they've done it. I feel like it's pretty new, but this is like EDSEA, like EDC. And it's basically the same rave on a cruise ship going from Miami to Belize. And then they do like an overnight rave, like on the private island of Belize. So I think we get there at like 3 p.m. and then I think we don't have to like board back on the ship until like 9 a.m. or something like that.
Holy shit. Yeah.
I know, it's crazy. I'm excited.
Yeah. When you go to festivals like EDC, right? And everyone does costumes and shit at these, obviously. And they're wild and they're all, and I've talked about this on like regular episodes, of the show. But they're all like, I don't know, that like rave chick go kind of like lifestyle is very sexual, right?
Yeah,
so
sure.
But is there a lot, because you go and like camp out and shit. I've seen your fucking footage and shit, and I know you've like done podcasting things from there too, like interviews and things like that. Is there a lot of sex that's happening at EDC?
For me personally, yeah.
Well,
I mean, I'm sure, have I like ran into anything crazy? No, but I'm sure there is some of it going on. I have been joking with my man that we need, since we go every year, we need like a camp name, like what's our campsite name? And the only thing I can think of, it really creates like, I think, the wrong idea, but I'm like, I think it'd be so funny if we were Camp Come and Go. But then I'm like, we're not swingers, like we're not in the lifestyle. And I'm like, I think that kind of promotes that vibe, which, whatever, I don't know. We haven't made it that far yet, but I'm interested for this cruise. I think because it's a 21 plus event, and obviously people are like, you're in cabins, you're in a huge cruise ship. So I'm like, I wonder if people are going to be getting freaky. They might be getting their freak on.
I mean, I would hope so, because Halloween, you deserve to exercise your demons in the best way possible. I feel like every, man, I don't know what's up with me. I'm gonna like call out some more people. Ready for this?
Okay,
every
let's
year
hear it.
in like July, like it's the second the 4th of July is over with. It's like July 4th at 11:59. The fireworks just ended. It's about to be July 5th, and there's one chick that posts, "Can't wait for football and sweatshirt weather," and it's literally July 4th, right? And these people are like the whole of July, the whole of August, all of September. Oh God, the football weather and da, right? And then we get to Halloween and the same people posting about that, or, we get to October where we're at now. I don't see anything. I don't see any costumes. I don't see any fucking bread. Like, aren't you supposed to like have bread and chili and fucking sweaters and nothing? Nothing. And then they have the audacity to to say in December, like right December 26th, I can't wait for summer. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
so
yeah.
all these people that are like the Halloween, like, you know, in August they're watching Friday the 13th and shit, like on a loop, and like, you know, they're like working their way up to Michael Myers, and then they just drop the ball. They don't dress up, they don't go out and have sex in a costume. Yo, I'm calling you guys out too. I don't know what I'm doing right now, honestly.
Yeah.
But it's
No,
true. Have you seen that?
yeah, no, I totally get what you're saying. I think like I don't know. I'm just like, how do you not like Halloween? You don't like fun? I think it's so fun to like get up, dress up.
Yeah.
Like there's a theme. You know, the people that do enjoy Halloween, I feel like go all out. Like my girlfriend that threw the party, she like decorated her whole house, like haunted hallway, full decor, and like had a costume contest. And, you know, it's like a way for us as adults to still like have fun and kind of like tap into like our childhood again. I don't know. Like, do you have trauma? Do you not like fun? Get a fucking life. You know?
Well, oh my God. Or like, don't talk so much shit about, I can't wait till it's here, and then it's here and you don't
Yeah.
do anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's don't be that person. At least put a mask on or some weird makeup on and like masturbate to your favorite horror themes. There's a lot of horror theme. Why?
Do that in the privacy of your own home. You don't have to tell anyone about it. Your Facebook
I wasn't telling them.
You're like watching movies and masturbating tonight with a screen face.
No, but you could be. That's not what I meant. First of all, Tatum. God. You could insinuate, you can like, you know, you could say, you could like post like a selfie, right? Like in like a suggestive, I don't know. With like what should I use this mask for or whatever? I don't have no idea, but at least allude to the fact that you're dialed into this thing that you've wanted for so long. Because there's, you know, in my experience, the people who are like really into Michael Myers are into Michael Myers for a little bit more than the movie, right? I feel like there's the undercurrent of some CNC going on there, consent, non-consent, you know, with all the characters. I think Jason, Freddy, especially Michael Myers, Ghostface. We've already talked about my experience with Ghostface.
Yeah.
But,
so is this something that you do every year? Do you
put a mask on and
Oh no, like with a partner. Do you like specifically like have that Halloween moment where you're like, okay, we're gonna dress up and it's obviously gonna get fun and kinky, like when we get back, whatever you're doing, like after the party or after the event? Do you like coordinate your outfits for later in the evening, or has it not been thought that far?
No, I think we are definitely coordinating outfits for later in the evening, because I think it has to be like, if you're gonna go all in, it has to be fun, right? It has to be like a fun costume experience. Again, like whether you're gonna be like Superman or Ghostface or whatever the fuck your thing is, Lois Lane, fucking Tatum, whoever the victim is, like from Scream, fucking whatever.
Or me, you could dress up, not you, but someone could dress up as me if they want.
Oh my God, that would be crazy.
Chance did.
If like they showed up. Oh, did he really?
He did for one of his one of his makeup looks. He dressed up as me, and it's like spooky.
Where's
he got
that
like
picture?
a teal. I think it's on my page. It's on his and it's on mine, but it's a whole. He did like 3 or 4 videos, and he did like my hot pink makeup that I normally do, and he had a teal wig, and it was like spooky. I'm like, this is crazy. You look like me. It was cool.
Okay, what would you do if your man showed up and he was dressed like you?
That would be crazy. That would be
like, what would you be like? Get out of here! Take that off! What are you doing? Or would you be turned on?
I would not be turned on. Absolutely not. I don't want to fuck myself. I'm already fucking myself.
Oh God. Yeah. Well, and normally I ask this question. I guess I'll just ask it and then we can play with it a little bit. It's a Halloween
Okay.
special. No one gives a shit. So whatever. Jason, get your mental pictures, okay? And like think about how they move and stalk people. Jason, Michael Myers, Freddy, Ghostface. I know there's one more and I'm fucking forgetting it.
Okay,
Jason, Michael
I don't
Myers.
actually think I've seen any of the Jason movies. I know.
You're
I feel
fired.
like you're going to judge me for that. But I have seen the rest.
Yeah. So which, if you had to, right?
This is such a toxic question.
What do you mean? How's it toxic?
Well, because the way I want to answer, like also reminds me of like my crazy exes, and I'm just like, I just don't feel like it's appropriate. It's like, tell me you have
What do
trauma
you
without
mean?
telling me you have trauma.
Oh, so there is like something I'm tapping on that we're not.
Well, I like
should we
fully
skip
had
to
a
the
stalker. Like one of my exes
Oh
was my
shit.
stalker. So like those movies are giving like stalker vibes. And I definitely wasn't turned on by my ex stalker. But I like thinking of like, Scream and like how, he's like calling the house, like showing up, breaking in. I'm like, that's giving my psycho ex. And then I'm thinking of Freddy, and that's like your dreams, right? He's like the one in your dreams that like kills you in your dreams or like tries to.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't know, the way these exes be coming back in my dreams, haunting my house. I don't know if I can answer this question.
Oh, that I'm not going to ask. The thing that you don't have to worry about with Michael or Jason is they don't talk at all. So
well, that's perfect. But they're just kind of like lurkers.
They're lurkers, yeah. Like they're lurky. And I feel like Jason is a lot more forceful than Michael Myers. He just kind of chills. And then once you eventually wind up in his vicinity, he's just like
then you die.
That's it.
It's like
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let me reframe. Let me reframe it. This is maybe we should just dump this. I don't know, but I don't want to like be bringing trauma to my friends.
Oh my God,
I don't want to like whatever.
I'm half joking. That's just like what popped up in my head. I'm like, this is a crazy question because why do these killers remind me of my ex?
Well, honestly, I think most women, and this is again like hot take. I guess I'll just piss everybody off, but I feel like most women have dated Freddy in some way, shape, or form. Right? They want to be dating Ghostface until it gets too. Whoa! What do you mean you're killing other people? I thought it was just me, right? Like, but like I feel like everyone's dated. Like I feel like most women, it's not their fault, right? It's just how it is. I feel like most women, especially like really attractive women, have dated a piece of shit like Freddy.
Yeah.
Does that track?
I feel like that tracks. Yeah. I mean, I just told you. I'm like, I could think of how my ex aligns with 2 serial killers. So I'm like, it definitely tracks.
Oh my God. Okay. Well, yeah, because Freddy's just a piece of shit.
Yeah. You know what's so crazy is like I haven't seen any of these movies in years. I'm gonna have to go rewatch them because I'm like really I just feel like I have the baseline in my head, but I haven't done like a scary movie session in a while. I'm gonna have to do that.
Yeah. I mean, the classics are like, I mean, for me, like Halloween. I mean, just give me Halloween. That's all. The original. That's the only one I need. Just the fucking music and the weirdo stalker shit. Like that one, and maybe I don't know. I'll take a Friday the 13th.
Okay, did you watch the Monsters Ed Gein on Netflix?
No, but I heard a lot of Addison Rae kind of commentary that she did a killer job, no pun intended, and was like horny yet mutilated or something. I don't know. I don't know what happened. And
I heard from a lot of people that I guess some like study like science or not scientists, sorry, psychologists came out saying that like if people feel empathy for this person, like that's like not good. Like you shouldn't feel empathy for someone who's like done all these horrible fucked up things, but like the baseline of it was all of these like scary horror movies basically came from this guy because of like what his story. He was like had schizophrenia, he was like very mentally like fucked up. He had a fucked up childhood, all these things. And they basically are like telling his story in like a TV drama series. Very on brand for Halloween. But yes, it is like pretty sick because it was like a real story. And he's like digging up dead bodies and like having sex with them and like cutting off their faces. And but this is where a lot of the scary movies came from, like Leatherface, Psycho, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and there's a couple more. They all came from the story of this guy. So it's definitely really crazy, like series of a show, but very on brand for Halloween. And kind of like, I found it so interesting because I didn't know like that all of those movies kind of like pivoted and changed cinema and like the way that we like they came. This is where like scary movies came from, was from how what's his name, what's his name,
Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock like paved the way and started like these scary movies where the person, like people, were like the terror or was like the scary thing. Before that, I guess it was always like vampires, werewolves. It was like made up beings, but he was kind of like the first one in cinema that like made it the person that was the fucked up person. So although the series may be difficult to watch, I was kind of looking at it from like that perspective. I just thought it was very interesting because I didn't know any of that. You know what I mean? Very on brand for Halloween.
Yeah. No, yeah, and you're 100% right. First of all, Alfred Hitchcock invented the slasher genre, kind of with Psycho, and Psycho was based on Ed Gein, and that's the series you're talking about. And the thing is Alfred Hitchcock had the book. Someone wrote a book about Ed Gein in the 60s, and he had done like, you know, all these like hit films, and he's like, oh, I want my next one to be Psycho, which is based on Ed Gein, and the studio's like, go fuck yourself. There's no way we're doing this movie. And he was like, well, him and his wife never gets the credit because his wife really pushed the envelope, and so they financed it out of their own personal finances, right?
Crazy.
And the studio's like, we'll make it, we're not giving you any money to market it at all. And they kill the main star off like 40 minutes in the shower scene, right? And because he didn't have any marketing money, him and his wife came up with this genius plan where they issued warnings, which today would be like no spoilers, but this movie will disturb you. And they put them out in big page, full page ads in all the major newspapers. We're not responsible, you know, such and such pictures, Alfred Hitchcock, not responsible for the psychological damage done by this film. And they actually had hired like security guards to stand outside of the theaters, right? To make it seem like in case anybody needs help, whatever. It was all marketing, and it cost them nothing. And it was like his biggest movie opening ever. So yeah, so he was really onto something.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, what a way to like draw people in. I just think like I never really understood the history behind like scary movies, and I thought that was super interesting. I don't even know why I started talking about that.
Doesn't matter. The thing is this is where it's all we can. Who knows? Who, you know? We're
like on a fucking rant.
No, that's good. We want that. They want to hear you talk, not my fucking ass. Dr. Evil. And so yeah, I think you look at these are bonus. This is a bonus special. They get what they get. Okay. I love you guys. It's Halloween. They know these specials are fucking more unhinged than the regular episodes. And I'm lucky to have a fucking audience that digs these. They love Halloween and they love Christmas too, which is wild. We try to make them as horny and as unhinged as possible by, you know, having people like you on. You were on the Christmas special. You were an elf, you know. Now you're on the Halloween special. You're Dr. Evil. Yeah, it's wild. So okay, you said you dressed up every single year. So before you were doing like funny sexy, were you doing like just slutty? Were you going like Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, like slutty Elvira? Like what were some of your...
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, it was like, fuck, I'm even trying to remember. I should have come more prepared. I did some years where I did a lot of like gore makeup, which I really love doing. And then, yeah, I did Purge. We talked about the other ones. And then I think the rest was just, yeah, kind of like sexy. I went one year as, oh my God, what was it? I did a MILF. I went one year as a MILF. I went, just,
How do you dress up as a MILF?
I literally did like a men. Oh wait, maybe it wasn't MILF. What is a mistress? I dressed up as a mistress one year, and so yeah, I did like lingerie, and I just did a big men's like white button up.
Okay.
And yeah, I think they've all been pretty sexy since like high school, probably since before they should be sexy.
Oh shit. Well, yeah. We don't have to go back that far, but
yeah, I'm trying to think of all my other costumes. I can't even remember. I would have to go look back on my Instagram or something.
Have you done the Harley Quinn?
No, I feel like it's too basic. Some of them I just like won't do because I feel like they're too basic, like too overdone. And I feel like that's one of them. It would be really cool, but
see, that's the thing is I feel like you would be the best Harley Quinn that money could buy, right? And also I feel like you could, instead of doing like the daddy's little monster and the fucking hammer, you could just like take her other look from the other Suicide Squad where it's like a red dress and her makeup's all wet and shit. Like you could just do a different version. No one does a different version of Harley Quinn. They always do the same version. So
right. No, that's a good idea. Switch it up. I like finding like characters that aren't as common as like what everybody else is doing. That's kind of what I go for. Like try to find like fun characters that I can like pull from like specific scenes that are like iconic scenes. But yeah, I won't be fucking in this one. So,
well, I was just gonna ask you, what if he shows up dressed as Austin Powers? Then you guys could have like.
No, I think I would have to change it to like I would have to be like Fook me or Fook you. Like I've thought about doing that costume, but like I need someone else to do it with. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
You could be like, he would be down for that one. Like I could be Fook me, and then that works.
I don't even know who these people are.
That's from Austin Powers. They're like little Asian girls, and she's like, "My name is Fook me," and then she like walks away, and he doesn't know that they're twins, and then so the other one comes back, and he's like, "Fook me," she's like, "No, you." And he's like, "Oh my god," he has like the whole skit, and then he realizes that they're twins, but their names are Fook me and Fook you.
Okay, so now you're gonna pull some cultural appropriation, like a la Gwen Stefani.
Oh god, I guess I can't do that. Oh my god. Well, I'm not gonna like dress Asian. Oh my god, I would just do the costume and put my hair in pigtails. Jesus. You can't get me canceled on the Halloween episode.
No, it's no one's getting canceled. You just, whatever. But unless I just clip you saying what you just said with no context at all.
Oh my god.
No, you're fine. It's fine. Elizabeth Hurley was at a couple of those, or like there's like a fembot. Because okay, so Ariana Grande had a video where she did like the fembot in the video where she's like making like a sex doll of herself.
Yeah,
it's super horny. Oh, it's for 34, 39 or so what? 34, 35. Jesus, fuck yeah. So that's like a horny thing, like a fembot. Fucking
yeah, that's a good one. Austin Powers has a lot of good characters that could be brought to life for sure. I would do like the one where it's like the hot pink, and then she has like, I think she has like the guns. Doesn't she have guns in her tits, or is that just the Britney Spears part of the episode? I can't remember.
No, it's definitely in there.
Yeah.
And then when they pop out, I do recall he's like, "Oh no, machine gun jubblies," right? And he like dives behind the couch. Yeah.
We just talk in Austin Powers quotes for like the rest of the episode.
Well, you can if you want, but like what I was saying is like, the movies were funny, right? But I just feel like the world definitely at this point in time does not need the catchphrases to come back, because those are just yeah, baby and shit. If I have to hear that one more time,
it's the groovy baby, I think is what it is. Yeah, but you know what is so funny is, okay, so I like grew up watching that. Like, I think that it was maybe trending like when I was in high school, and I thought it was so funny. And me and my friends know like so many one-liners. And then so more recently, like I would like quote it randomly, and my son would be like, "What is that from? Like, that's so funny. What is that from?" And I'm like, "It's from Austin Powers. Like, we should watch it." Like, I obviously knew it was a lot of sexual innuendos. Nothing hits harder than watching Austin Powers with your kid and you really realizing how over sexualized the movie is, and you're just having to like sit there because you've already committed. It was like, I'm like, okay, maybe this was like the wrong time. Maybe we needed to wait like 2 more years.
Did he ask questions like what's that about, or did he just act like it didn't?
We're like watching the movie and he's like, "This is weird." It's like, I'm like, it's almost like every other line is like a sexual innuendo. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like a little much, I think, but we survived through it.
Yeah, like the shadow stuff, in their tent or whatever. There's like a shadow thing. It looks like they're doing all kinds of fucked up.
Yeah, he was dying at that part. He thought that part was so funny. Yeah. Yeah, there were a couple moments that were like, okay, this is really funny. But yeah, there was a lot where I was like, okay, maybe not the best pick.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We'll just have to go back to Coraline.
Yeah. Corpse of the Bride, whatever. Nightmare Before Christmas.
So, I've never seen it. Don't kill me.
What? You've never seen the Nightmare
I've never
Before
seen
Christmas? Oh my God, it's so good.
I've never seen it. Is it a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
I think it's like both. I think we watch it like during Halloween and Christmas, because it's like the two worlds colliding. But I don't know. It's a good movie. But I get it. Like, if you don't have kids, I feel like if you don't have kids, then I would understand why you didn't watch it,
Yeah, I mean, because regardless of whether I'm like in a relationship, whether I'm single, for me, Halloween is split between being like, I want this to be slutty and I want this to be like spooky. And or what in some way, like I need both moments. I need the moment where it's like, you're at the after hours and everyone's dressed up and it's starting to get kind of like, oh, this could go in a weird direction. I like this. This is a weird smattering of pop culture characters that are going to come together in a weird way. And I love this. Right. And then also, I need that moment where, I got a couple candles lit and it's the fucking Halloween, John Carpenter music playing like on the TV. Like that's usually what the 31st is like me by myself, like trying to, get something done while Halloween plays in the background.
Yeah.
And then the Saturday before is like the horned out, like bonkers, vampire.
I know. You know what's crazy is Halloween is on a Friday this year. So have you made any plans for yourself? Or I have a follow-up question too, because I want to know, have you ever been to like a sexier, kinky Halloween party? Like, have you ever done anything outside of the box where it was like the intention was we're going to see what happens with the night?
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, so I'll answer it this way. So obviously everybody and their brother knows that has been listening or watching the show. I was a nightclub promoter, very fortunate, successful, was fortunate to be successful in that industry for a long time. And so for Halloween, I think the last like 5, 6, 7 years, whatever I was in that industry, I was like, we need to like turn this up, because Halloween time, everybody wants to throw a Halloween party. How are we going to be the number one club? Right. So originally I'm like, someone give me $5,000 cash. So whatever. Brought to you by fucking, the nail place or whatever, you know. And so for the sexiest outfit this first year I tried it, 5,000 in cash. Got pretty
Damn.
crazy, right? The next year, someone jocked us, did the same thing. So we upped it to 10,000, put them in the dirt, right? Got a little crazier. By the end of this process, it was 25 grand. And I'm not kidding you. 25
Holy
grand in
shit.
cash, not a check. It was not a check, right? 25 grand in cash for sexiest costume contest. 5,000 people showed up. The police department tried to sue me, whatever. So I've had it all as it was insane. I've done that. And then I've also done like let's dress up and go to this fucking weird, like, you know, BDSM fucking dungeon fucking thing. Let's see if they know what they're doing. You know, recently I was in Denver, and I was invited to a fucking party. And everyone, like, the whole week, they were like, oh, it's going to get wild. It's going to get so crazy. It's going to be so wild. And I'm like, fuck, like, I don't even have it was a masquerade thing, you know?
Okay.
And I'm like, I don't even have anything. And someone's like, oh, Spirit Halloween's down the way. And I'm like, is this going to be like full Eyes Wide Shut? And they're like, I don't know. So I buy the fucking hood, like the hooded character, and then buy this like crazy, like complete like mask that's like, you know, like my fucking face it. You could see it on my Instagram. And we go, and it just was like people being tied up and whatever, but it just never got crazy, and I couldn't fucking breathe in this mask.
You're like,
so yeah. And shout out to them for giving it a try, because that's a hard thing to pull off. It's like a masquerade. But I seriously, I thought it was going to be an orgy. So that's
where I thought you were going with it. I love how you're like, it wasn't so crazy. People were just being tied up.
Like, well, was like a sex positive kind of, like, they had people being like spun around, and like people being like, there's like a BDSM guy who would tie you up if you wanted to try it. I mean, I guess my boundaries and sensitivities are so out there now that I think things are normal, and they're not. And so, because I really thought like, oh, people are going to be, because everyone kept saying there's just going to be people in body paint. There's just going to be people in body paint. And I showed up, and I'm like, where are all the people in body paint? You know, what's going, and is body paint still a thing? So yeah. And then there was one where I'm like, we're just going to do a house party this year, and I got an alcohol company to sponsor it. 200 people. We had that it was different flavors of whipped cream, but it's 40% vodka.
Oh yeah.
And so they gave me a crate of it. So I was walking around with cans, spraying, in the entire party blacked out. Like 200 people completely blacked out, waking up like 72 hours or like
my God.
18 hours later.
72 hours is crazy.
Yeah, no.
Like, everybody got roofied.
I woke up.
And
no. But yeah, so, but I mean, have you gone to parties like that where it's like people are like fucking in Halloween costumes and getting it on, and there's like a room for it?
I went to one, and it was a couple years ago. I dressed up as it was I think we went to a rave, and then the rave had like ended early, and we got invited to like a sex club. And this was like, there's one in Arizona that I know of. And so I think I had this expectation that the sex club was going to be like hot, and like there's going to be like hot people everywhere, but that's not always the case. I'm sure it is in like some bigger cities, or they're like more private events or something like that, you know. But yeah, it was like this sex club, and we were dressed up. I think I was like a clown. I had like braids in my hair, and I had like contacts in and clown makeup and all the things. And we ended up going there with two friends of ours. And it was the first time I'd ever done that. I'd never like gone to a sex club before that. So we had to like sign up and all the things. And we went inside, and there's like a bar, there's a dance floor, and then there's like a BDS. What is happening? BDSM.
What's BDSF?
BDSM room, and then there was like private rooms. So it was like interesting to like see and scope out. And we did like a little walkthrough, but just ended up kind of hanging out at the bar. But yeah, there was like people in full blown costumes, like sex happening. We went to the BDSM room. They had like one of those crosses, and there was like, you know, 3 couples getting like eaten out right next to each other. It was definitely like an interesting experience. It was, I think, the first time that I had really been in an environment where like it wasn't like, I think when people think of sex, it's like so personal, right? But it was just like everybody's just like they're doing it. It wasn't like a big deal. It was just like, hey, be fucking, you know? Which was like a different it was like a different experience. But nothing crazy happened. I don't think I'm ready for all that. I don't know.
Well, I think you bring up an interesting point because going to a sex club on Halloween is like in costume, right?
Yeah.
Is a whole nother element. Like on the one hand,
Kind of
maybe
nice
you're in
though.
makeup, maybe you have a mask. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
like you could like we were talking earlier, you could play a different character, you could be a different character, you know, and I was like in full like clown makeup, sexy clown makeup, but looked like a full clown. So definitely had the opportunity to become a different character, but I don't know. I don't know. For as outgoing as
Yeah.
I am, I'm still don't think I'm like ready to just be like tits out, clits out in front of strangers, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I think that takes a bit of like,
Unless I'm like really
of
fucked
like
up, I would have to
life.
be like lit.
So you'd have to be lit to be fully naked in a sex club.
I mean, maybe to fully fuck. I don't know. That's crazy. I mean, props to anyone who does, but like, I just think it would be so easy for me to get in my head. I don't know. I think that would be difficult. And then like people could just join, you know, and there's like a whole
No.
other, I mean, you obviously there's some communication, but yeah, I don't know. There's like a whole other element to it also. It's like kind of wild.
Okay.
What?
Let me unwind a few. Let me unwind a few of these myths before they're scared because I get asked. This is probably the number one question behind random dudes asking me, "How do I get into porn?" Which guys, stop asking me that. Go volunteer to be the cleanup guy and the camera guy first, and see if they'll let you. Right, then work your way in. Anyway, the second question I get asked is, "I want to go to a sex club or a sex party or an orgy." But I don't know if I want to join or I want to be with my partner and I don't want people like coming on me. And the thing is a well-run sex club or party or orgy. I mean, orgies are kind of all out. Either way, it's not like it's like a full the good ones are you get tested, you're vetted,
Right.
and like the Play LA, they're friends of mine. They run a fucking really great and they're doing a huge Halloween party this year called the Fang Bang, and everyone's tested and everyone's been vetted, and it's like, 200 plus people. Unless you want people, there's usually like you disappear into like a one of many spaces, and there might be
Right.
other couples there. So and you just nailed it. You just said you went to the bar and just like hung out and like watched people get their shit knocked down and shit or whatever. So
Right. Well, and they did have like they did have other rooms like privacy rooms. So like they explained to us if you go into one of the rooms, well, if you want to go, if the door is open, it's kind of like a free for all. Like you can go in, but obviously there's consent. Like you still have to like ask. You can't just be like,
hey, what do you got going on here?
Yeah. And then they have
some
like
Dr. Evil?
Oh my God, that would be wild. And then they had like a rope situation where like if the door was open but there was a rope up, it was for like viewing only. And then if the door was closed, it's basically like non-accessible. So there was like some like guidelines that they had talked about, but yeah, there wasn't like any testing or anything happening before you walked through the door.
Right.
But still, even that, I mean, it's just it's interesting. It's an interesting space to be in because I feel like it is still so taboo or so out of the box. Maybe not for like me and you or the people listening to the show, but or to like talk about, but to actually like be in an environment like that, it's different. It's like where people, it truly is like, it's not there's no like judgment. Like people are very like nice and consensual and asking lots of questions, making sure you're feeling very comfortable. And, you know, and then there's just like sex happening. I don't know. It's just it's a completely different world. And it was like really interesting to kind of like dip my toes into to see, okay, is this something we'd be interested in the future? And I don't know. I think like I said, the idea of the sex club and sex parties is that like everyone's hot and attractive, but like the reality, like I'm not really sure that's the reality. And maybe that's just here in Arizona. I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure there are some really good ones, but it's interesting.
Yeah, I think I think it depends on where you go and like how exclusive or whatever it is, right? And so there are I'll give you, I mean, if you ever go to California, like you should definitely, and you want to do something like really cool, you should definitely check out the Play, because there's like a theatrical theme, there's like high-end food, everyone's tested, there's like a really like upscale setting. The tickets cost a certain amount, you know, whatever. And so I feel like you would really, and you don't have to, and again, it's one of these things where you just go and hang out and you do. And if anybody gets out of line, like they're out of there and they're banned for life. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, it's not, yeah. It's not like, whatever. Okay. So, oh, well, let's, for 1 second, do you think that this is something you and your man will try again in the future with a sex club? You just want a better one?
I don't know if I may have said too much. I'm not sure.
Oh God. Yeah. What? No, whatever. Said too much.
Well, not for me, just for like the other person that's a part of this conversation. So I'm like, I don't know. We'll just keep it as a mystery for now. I'm not sure if it's an environment that we'd both be in.
Well, and the thing is, if you go on Halloween, it's kind of, your costumes are kind of like a throwaway thing. So you get cum all over the costume. It's like, oh, or like on your skin, on your face, like, oh, the clown makeup had to come off anyway, or whatever, you know. So whatever.
Yeah.
Unless, of course, he's Freddy Krueger.
Oh, you know what? I did dress up as a sexy Freddy Krueger one year, and I did the full gore makeup on my face. I just remember that.
Did you wear pants though?
No pants.
Yep, exactly. Tatum Zoe, happy Halloween. Thank you so much for being a part of this fucking Halloween special. It's been an honor. There's nobody else I would rather have had swoop in and fucking save this thing. If you could tell them where they can find you, where they can find your wonderful podcast. I'm a huge fucking fan. I'm still waiting for my merch that I will buy. I will buy the sweatshirt. Just make it, please.
I don't even and I will have rock any merch right now.
Just tell them where they can find you.
I'll keep that in mind. Okay, yeah, you can find the Girl Stop Talking podcast on YouTube, Spotify, where you can watch. I do have video, or you could listen anywhere you listen to your podcasts. My personal Instagram is Tatum Zoe with 3 E's. And you can find the podcast page through my personal Instagram, but most of my content is on my personal Instagram, and I'm trying to grow the YouTube. So if you want to come hang out, go subscribe to the YouTube channel.
You know, every year I try to get the woman who claims that she has a relation. She has had sex with a ghost. So she always like, here at the end, I should mention, she always like leads me on to believe she's going to come on the Halloween special. And then she fucking, she's one of the 3. It was 2 porn stars and this woman who fucking fucks a ghost and has like, I guess, video evidence of her having sex with ghosts. Yeah. And she blew me off. What I was going to do is, if she like changed her mind, because she does it, I was going to have you and I interview her for a segment, because I think that would be funny. But she fucking blew me off. It was going to be a surprise. I have to mention that. But I mean, spending an hour with you plus talking about Halloween, get the fuck out of here. We love you. Thank you so much. Happy Halloween, Tatum / Dr. Evil.
Thanks.
We'll see you soon. Bye.
Happy Halloween.
Huge thank you. Huge thank you to my friend Tatum Zoe for saving Halloween. As you heard in there, I had multiple guests booked. The fucking ghost lady canceled on me again. This is now 4 years in a row. So come on, right? But this has been a crazy one to schedule. Tatum came through as Dr. Evil, and she saved Halloween. Tatum saved Halloween. Make sure you go follow everything she is doing. Go follow her podcast. Go follow her personal stuff. Show some support and love to her. She is the fucking best. If you're loving these specials, you're loving guests like Tatum, you know Tatum will be back, right? You know more specials are coming. But let's just say you're loving all the guests, you're loving all the holiday specials, all the Exotica AVN specials, the normal show, right? It's every Wednesday. We already know that. Let's say you're loving it all. You want to show some love, some appreciation, some desire. You want to make sure you never miss an episode. How can you fulfill all of these wishes in one shot? Here's what you do. If you're listening to this on platforms like Apple and Spotify, you could leave a rating, you could leave a review. I would love those things. And you know I'll read them over and over again. But most importantly, what you want to make sure you do is subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode or a special every single Wednesday, or whenever I might just sneakily decide to drop something insane, right? Especially if you're subscribed or you think you're subscribed on Apple Podcasts. They've been doing this spooky, strange thing. See what I did there? Where they've been unsubscribing people. They've been ghosting people. They've been unsubscribing people from certain shows for whatever reason. So let's check up on that, right? Go to Apple Podcasts, go to Sex Party with Dustin, Rybka in the upper right-hand corner. If you see a pause button,
you have been ghosted by Apple Podcasts.
Press the pause button, toggle on down to resume subscription, resume downloads, boom. You are resubscribed. If you're watching on YouTube, I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. If you're watching on YouTube, have you had horny, wild sex in your Halloween costume? You know, let me know in the comments, right? And remember, you're on YouTube. It is a place of censorship. So, maybe use emojis or something like that. If you're watching on YouTube, you want to express some emotion, love, hate, rage, confusion. You also want to make sure you never miss, a new episode every single Wednesday. What can you do? Well, you could like this video. You could dislike this video. You could leave comments on this video, on all of the videos if you really want to. Positive or negative, I will respond to you. We will go back and forth. We will have a dialogue, right? But mainly, you want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new episode every single Wednesday or a special at random as they come out. I'm always available in the DMs on Instagram, and I will see you all right back here next week.
Thanks for listening. The party continues next week. Click subscribe and let's make this a regular thing. Follow the show on Instagram and Twitter at SexPartyFM. Follow Dustin at Dustin Rybka.